I have a friend who is an avid mountain biker. He has all the gear, the helmet with the little rear view mirror, the tight biker shorts. He even has those clippy shoes that attach to the bicycle pedals so you can pedal faster. He loves going on rocky trails up the mountains, and years ago he shared with me a technique that he uses to avoid the rocks and the potholes or the obstacles on the path while he's riding. He told me, you have to focus on where you want to ride, not what you're trying to avoid. If you look at that rock or that pothole while you're riding, your brain will automatically steer to that object and you might stumble or fall. Instead, he says, keep your eyes on the path so you can stay on the path, because what you focus on will determine your destination. In simpler terms, where you look is where you will go. This principle in bike riding is also transferable when it comes to battling temptation. James 1:13 says, when we are being tempted, do not say, God is tempting me. God is never tempted to do wrong, and he never tempts anyone else. Temptation comes from our own desires, which entice us and drag us away. These desires give birth to sinful actions, and when sin is allowed to grow, it gives birth to death. So don't be misled. Whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down to us from God our Father. In other words, when I start looking for that temptation, I eventually steer my life down that destructive path. And sin always leads to harm and destruction. Because where I look is where I will go. Instead, James tells us to focus on the path, not the rocks. When we keep our eyes focused on the goodness that comes from God, we will make it down the path safely and avoid the dangers that come from temptation. Today, focus on what is good. Don't even waste your time looking down the rocky path, and see how God will lead you to the top of the mountain.